Worried about Italy? Is there something coming for Italy or Europe? I'm concerned about volcanoes. I had a very profound dream last night. I want to share that with you today and ask the cards what it means, or if there's something that needs to be shared with the people of Europe or Italy. So first, let's start with the dream that I had last night. I astral traveled. I flew from Australia to Italy. I flew across or drifted across many oceans in this dream that I had. It was very profound, and I couldn't sleep when I had this dream after I woke up from this dream, 4 o'clock this morning. So it was drifting across oceans, astral traveling. I went across snow plains, and then I came up to mountains that had volcanoes, mountains that had lava coming down the hills of these places. It wasn't just one volcano, it was many, and the lava was coming down, so I could see all the hills, and the lava was drifting down the two different hills, or it seemed like more than one. Then I was sitting in a sparse room made of stone with an arched door, which kind of felt like maybe an entry to an underground tunnel, maybe kind of Pompeii kind of energy. So that's why I woke up thinking, is there like another volcano going off in Italy? Now, I done the predictions for the video titled Big Predictions for 2025. I did indicate that I picked the volcanoes up late December, early January. I said there's going to be more volcanoes around February into March, and there's going to be big energy around fire energy and volcano energy. Now, I did put on my community page that there's been two eruptions in Italy. One is Mount Etna, and one is another smaller volcano that hasn't erupted since 1932. So quite an unusual one to erupt. It's not a regular one. So another one's gone off. But what I saw in my dream last night was more. There was more lava flows, more ash. And I was sitting in this room here, and I knew it was Italy because I saw the Pope about to deliver a message. So the Pope was about to address the people, and I was watching him. Now I didn't see the Pope's face. I just saw the Pope's gown and the Pope what he was wearing. So I don't know if this is a past Pope or this is a current Pope, but I knew it was the Pope about to make an address to the people of Italy. And while that was happening, I'm sitting there waiting for this address, there was an explosion, and there was a lot of dust and ash that came in under this area that I was sitting in, maybe ready to go underground or wherever it was. And I was coughing because I could smell it in the dream. It was so real. I could smell this ash, this volcano energy, and I was coughing. And then I thought, I need to get out of here. So I astral traveled and projected back to over the oceans, back over the snow, back over the several oceans, they told me, and then woke up. So that's what made it so profound, is that I've never done that before. I've never traveled like that astrally across the world. I've never done that before. And then to see a vision when I was there of volcanoes, not knowing where it was until I saw the Pope. So that's what made me think maybe Italy, maybe Europe, maybe Rome. And then this room that I was sitting in kind of felt like Pompeii. So maybe it was indicating something to do with volcanoes, like what happened to Pompeii. Maybe it was Mount Vesuvius, in Italy. So it just felt Italy, and it felt more than one volcano. And I do know that recently some have already erupted, as I said. I already put that in my community page, but very interesting. So I'm going to pull a card now to see what Spirit was trying to tell me, and see if we can get some answers here. just asked why I dreamt about Italy or volcanoes. What does it mean? Now the card I've got is part of my purpose. So I am a prophetic dream. That is part of my purpose. Clairsentience is about sensing energies, and I have been sensing energies around volcanoes. I said that in my prediction video. I'm sensing that it's volcano or fire energy that I'm feeling for February, March. When I did that original reading, I was sensing March and then more natural disasters in September. And then when I pulled the little cards back then, it said February and August. So these are the same two cards that came out in that reading. Now, I don't know if I actually showed you in that reading that these two cards came out, but they've popped out again today. So it is saying this is the energy of February and August, but I was sensing that it was March and September. So it's around those two areas, two lots of separate disasters. Now, as I said, February, we're already seeing natural disasters in the form of volcanoes, like I have been sensing. It is the message of why I got that dream about the volcanoes. It's saying it so that people can proceed carefully. Here they're saying there's challenges ahead for that area and something is going to release and let go. So I'm feeling that's the volcano releasing and letting go. Cards over here is malevolent energy, which is negative energy. We did get the unlikely card and ether energy. So I'm not sure they're meant to come out, but or the malevolent energy. But the two that popped out most prominently was the dates being February and August. Now I'm going to ask, is there another volcano going to go off in Italy? Message that I have for Italy in answer to that question is that we are going to see volcanoes on the mainstream news around Italy. So there may be more, there may be, but it will be mainstream news. Now I just wanted to, this card also popped out, energy crisis. Also in my big predictions reading, I said there was going to be some kind of energy crisis or energy disaster. I haven't put this on my community page yet, but there was a missile strike on Chernobyl that hit Chernobyl there, which is nuclear energy. And I did say in that reading, I don't know if it's coal or nuclear, but then we had a missile hit the Chernobyl, which is nuclear energy. So I think that's just reminding me that I needed to do that and let you know that that's happened as well, that prediction has already come to pass, and I need to record that in my community page. But as far as Italy goes, now I'm feeling concerned for Italy in that they do need to prepare. They need to be prepared. Italy, put plans in motion here, whether that's stocking up on food or whether that's get a evacuation plan in process. Here in Australia, we have evacuation plans for fire, so we know when a fire gets close to us what our plans of action will be. Do we stay? Do we leave? At what point do we leave? Because we can't leave it too late to leave, or it's too late. And that's the energy I'm feeling for you, Italy. You just need to be aware of what your plans are, especially since one of these volcanoes that went off hasn't gone off since 1932. So it's not an active volcano, it's not a volcano that you're used to seeing it go off. Now there is a bit of shake up in the earth I'm feeling over this time. This is the energy that I've been picking up. It's kind of earth shaking energy that triggers, maybe we don't feel them as earthquakes, maybe they're elsewhere, but they trigger volcanoes. There's active energy of the earth at the moment, February and March, again in August, September, and I'm feeling that this is the one that's causing the volcanoes. So it's saying that people of Italy, Europe, you need to have your plans in place. You need to be prepared, whether that means stocking up on food, whether that means having a plan of action in place. And that is the whole purpose of these readings, is for you to be prepared. It's saying that your area that is prone to volcanoes, even if the volcanoes haven't been active for a very long time, if you've got volcanoes near you, you need to be prepared, because there's some shake-ups going on with the earth that's triggering volcanoes, and you have to know, are you going to be bunkering down, or are you going to be staying put, or are you going to be evacuating? So you need to have your plan in place. Even if you don't ever have to action that plan, it doesn't happen. It's just making you have that in mind, that you need to be prepared, have an action plan ready. So that's what I've got for you, Italy, as far as those things go. Now I asked anything else coming for Italy. The 3 cards that fell out was, we also had the backstabbed card there. It felt out of place to me, the backstabbed card, but it did kind of remind me of the dream that I had, and where I was in a stone area with the arch. I said that I was in like this stony room, dirty, kind of sparse, nothing in there but rock. It was like a hollowed out room, kind of like this, where it was like the arch doorway and I'm just sitting in there. So I think this card is not actually saying betrayed or backstabbed. I think this card is just showing you an image of kind of the room that I was sitting in as I'm waiting for the Pope to make this announcement, until this eruption went where there was all ash, and then it was coughing, and I was like, okay, I had to get out of here, I had to leave, and that's when I transported back. I did have the transport card sitting there somewhere. I saw it either on the bottom of the deck, and I transported out of that area. So that's kind of what this card is showing me, that I was sitting in this place, and there was this warning that happened with the fumes or the toxic gases or the dust particles, the ash particles, and then I had to make that decision: do I stay or do I go? And I left that area in that dream. The dream didn't finish at that point. I transported back, but it was actually, part of the dream was that I decided not to stay there. I decided to leave. When I got that warning about that eruption, I didn't wait around for the Pope's message. I left. So, I think that's important to tell you. So, hopefully it doesn't happen. But I do know there is volcanoes actually happening, and I did say that would happen, and it has already started happening. So just so you're aware, have a plan in be prepared, have a plan in motion, ready to go, so you know at what point you want to leave or stay, or just to be prepared. Thank you so much for watching.